Hi everyone, today we're talking about the services needed to run a shopper marketing campaign. My name is Neil Mandel, my company is Epic Activation and we build promotional campaigns and it's supported by lots of other services. So I'd like to share with you those services and what we do and how we do it and services you may need. You're obviously an agency or a brand if you're probably watching this little video. And some services you may have. So you may have your marketing departments, you may have your design team, you may not. So you may not need some of these services, but this is an overall view and you can basically pick and choose what you need to support you in running your next shopper campaign. So we start off with strategy and planning. So obviously that's key, like any kind of project. You need to work out your KPIs, what you want to achieve out of the campaign. And if you set that up correctly and you've got a strategy, then you're on to a good start. And you need your marketing department or a team that runs promotional campaigns to help you fine tune your strategy and your ideas for the campaign. Secondly, you want a good design team. So the design is going to go on the user interface if it's a web-based campaign. And then you've got things like POS in store, point of sale. So the designs, the stands, how you're going to advertise it. And obviously we're never far away from social media. So you've got to think about the strategy from that point of view, and you need all the designs for that. So good creative ideas, good headlines as well. Obviously what your prize is, if you've got a big headline, you want to make the most of that on all your marketing material, which leads us to the marketing step, which is point 3. So as I said, because of the POS and everything you need, you've got to think about your strategy. You've got to think about where you're posting it, what you're going to do across multi-channels as everything is nowadays. So very important to have a 360 as much as possible campaign, because you can have the best campaign in the world with the best prizes. But if it's not out there, then it's going to fail. So that's pretty much very important to do. Number 4 is prizes. So people can source prizes for you. So you need a prize sourcing team. They've got good arrangements with certain brands or certain products in certain sectors. So that's really important. If you've got your own products or nice prizes to give away, which could be one aspect of it, then that's great, because obviously the perceived value is higher than what it actually costs you as a brand to provide your product or services. Things like travel is very big now. It has been big before COVID, then COVID hit and messed everything up. But obviously travel prizes are great, and to have a team behind that is fantastic, because they can sort out bookings, changing flights, problem areas, which obviously as a brand, you don't want to be dealing with the micro details with the winners on that aspect. So you want a team who will just manage that all for you. And there are great themed prizes according to products and services that you can link in, so it's related. So that's a really good idea to consider travel prizes. The 5th point is legals. You need to have compliant terms and conditions, so you can go to the IPM for that, Institute of Promotional Marketing, or your agency that are working with you on the promotion can probably get someone who does legal writing of terms and conditions. So we have someone who is obviously experienced, not just me sitting there giving it a go. So we know what works with the cap code, just to make sure that your campaign is compliant. Very important, because little things out of your control could be that you can't get the prizes and you've announced it, but if you've got a clause in there saying that if there are reasons out of our control, we can substitute the prize for something else. So it's not great experience for the customer if that happens, but it's better than not having the terms and conditions at all, the clause in there at all, where you haven't got a leg to stand on. If you protect yourself, then that's all you can do, and you've done your best. So very important to have compliant T's and C's. And finally, handling and fulfillment. So if you're giving away t-shirts, if you're giving away caps, if you're giving away products in the hundreds or thousands, then you want to consider handling and fulfillment team to run that for you. They're set up for it with the warehouses. They've got the software to count in how many prizes there are and how many have gone out. They've got the infrastructure to assess what's gone out and deal with problems and issues and returns. Brands that have tried that before in the past start off very enthusiastically, but when the returns come in, when the customers come in 12 weeks into a campaign, they then start regretting their decision. Plus, the handling and fulfillment teams actually have very good rates because they work with the postal services all the time. So it really is quite a good idea to use those services. So that's it. That's our few tips on how to run a successful shopper marketing campaign. Thanks very much for watching, and see you again soon.